How's it going, ladies and Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Zero Escape VLR. It is time for us to go and do our enigmatic game. This time we're doing it against Team Miyoji. Quark's been saved with Excalibur, so everything's looking pretty solid so far. We found out some information about Radical 6 and some Mars mission or something that we might be a part of, who knows. I explained what happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've
You
only
have
got
to
one
betray.
BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses ally and Dio picks betray...
Phi and Luna will be penalized.
You
I
have
don't
to
a
click betray.
choice. I'll have to pick betray.
You'd have to anyway,
The
it's
risk
Dio.
for ally is just too high.
It's Dio. He's a monster. Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kay choose betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll vote ally?
Yes.
Of course.
You better.
Well then, shall we go?
Or the last shred of respect I have for either of you will be gone.
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room, second from the right. Without saying anything, Phi turned and walked into the room, just left of theirs. Is Team Miyoji going to talk to me? They left only myself, Clover, and Team Miyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose betray. Since if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I disagree.
And why is that?
Clover's VP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
It's easy for you to say, but think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, it's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that! Ugh! As if! In your dreams, creep!
Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose ally.
We did last time, you fucking scumbag.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote ally too then.
Well, if you betray, you'll kill me.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. You already broke our trust once. Team Miyoji gave us a curt nod, and then turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. Has he already forgotten that he betrayed us the first time? And then he's worried we'll betray him? What a dick. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
I will ally though, because I'm a man of my word. Unlike the rest of these assholes.
Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
anything?
Yep, anything. So think carefully.
Now who's the
okay?
creep? Creep girl?
If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if he chooses Betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
No. Hey now, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
But if he chooses Ally and we don't,
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and
I
open
heard
the
that
number
before
9
from
door
Kay.
all by myself.
which was a lie then as well.
I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind. Please, will you pick Betray?
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. But I keep my promise to Team Yoji and pick Ally, or would I betray him for Clover and...
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Cool.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
You better not be lying to me or I'm gonna die.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
This should be interesting. Unless it involves me dying. In which case it'll be
Results
crappy.
from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Good. 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 I'm glad I trusted you, Team Yoji.
Points have been assigned or subtracted.
Everything was pretty much exactly how you'd want it to go in that run. Pretty much. Yeah, all went well.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Cool.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
You didn't last time. You really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I'd told you I'd listen to anything you said. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look and stalked off. Stalked off? Like a prey mantis. Across the room, Dio and Fi were already confronting one another over their own results. No one's surprised
Me
there.
and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
No.
Ah, don't give me that. You know exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with Betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went too?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
Oh my god, has she got the Radical 6 now too?
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally. Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
I don't think you have much compassion either, my friend. Not after you've left us twice now.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the ambidex game will be the star round.
Now here we go.
Star keys are required to open the gates.
That's the white doors now, right?
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game, if I understood that announcement correct.
Yeah. Same
Hey,
old.
Didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, you did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Huh? It looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair and Fire's a magenta pair, but Timioji's a yellow pair.
The 3 solos are red, green, and blue. Kay's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
I'm a solo. Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're going to be white this time.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them too, Fi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the floor B warehouse, right?
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? We didn't get a choice this time. Fi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Timioji, yellow, and me, blue, would form one group. Fi, magenta, and Dio, green, would form another group. Clover, cyan, and K, red, would form the third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah. There's no other way we can
What about
group up to
Timioji
make
again?
white.
We've taken Timioji 3 times. 3 times in a row.
Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like. Can we go to the
I'm
infirmary?
gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're gonna go check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. Me and Timioji become fast pals. We're like a team now. They left only 3 of us, Dio, Kay, and myself. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Right, of course. My bad.
You're not gonna live very long if you can't drink anything.
Well, I'm out. Later.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay. You don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. I'm on my own. That's unusual. Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. I need to get the rest of that story out of Timioji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. Good plan. That's a good plan, I like that. Huh? There's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was, Timioji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? Is it of the lady? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up and saw me and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
Hey, we were friends, but all the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
Wanted the rest of that story, fool.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Wait, what?
I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal. But you're not getting away with it this time. You remember something, alright? You remember so much you told me it'd take more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Huh?
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you?
We got nothing to lose here, right?
You sure you want that?
Hey, come on. You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear. We're not going to get the rest of the information.
There you are.
Something happened?
Alice is...
Again?
Look, just come with me, alright?
You did again, huh?
She's in the number 2 cabin.
Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back out the room. Man, she just attracts being murdered. Timioji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, and then leapt up and took off after her. Yep. Same old thing. You gotta stop getting murdered like that, Alice. Alice! First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No, why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward and then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. I mean, look at her. Maybe we can still save her. Then, at last, I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No, it's not true. Why? And I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. What's a scalpel this time instead of a knife? Last time it was like a combat knife. You know, with the big handle? This time it's the scalpel. Judging by the position of the handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. God damn it. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Game's participants, except of course for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me!
Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Then what happened? An accident?
I tripped and fell on a scalpel.
You think a
Straight into my
just
heart.
dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Yeah,
Wait a
pretty
minute.
much.
You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me!
She killed herself.
Happened!
She actually did. This time she killed herself because she had the Radical 6, because she was all wonky when she came out of the thing. So she was sick and then she killed herself because Radical 6 makes you kill yourself.
If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
This time she actually legit killed herself. It wasn't a killer this time, I think. That's why it's the scalpel and not the knife.
Hey, Clover, don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you?
Take it easy, conspiracy lady.
It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7,
Clover!
6, 5, 4,
We're not making a very good argument for ourselves here.
Clover, 3, 2,
Saying your name isn't convincing you. Go, tell her. She killed herself. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Like Quark tried to do with that same scalpel. Suddenly Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
what are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No, there's no way she'd do that.
It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with the scalpel.
All right, where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well,
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes, I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
so she could have taken the scalpel then.
Yes, I think so.
You're lying. This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
You're not very smart. Oh, we already knew she's not very smart. She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
But you just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am.
Prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe.
Ah, well, Alice would have it then.
Fi, can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully she drew something out. There it was. The journal. Fi turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. We're actually doing the remembering different timelines thing like from 999. This is the first time too. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin, but translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216.
Huh?
Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Fi's frown deepened, but she did it as I suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew? Come on.
Same way you just knew my name, remember? Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6's infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one.
Fi shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, the conversation with Timioji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments, the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs. That was huge. That changed everything.
We've got a problem. It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Yeah, only 10 minutes left.
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Fi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pear, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pear.
Oh, does that mean she's with us? Me and Timioji?
You are part of Clover's pair, then.
Oh, damn.
That means the two of you will need to come with me.
Damn. That means we got Quark, Timioji, and me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please.
You're right.
Alice,
I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Alright. Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah, can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room. Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Well, we're out of time for this episode once again. But that was huge, being able to access memory from different timelines for the first time. I knew that would happen eventually, but it finally started happening. We've recovered enough information, I guess, for it to start happening.
Quark, you're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Temioji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear into a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Temioji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Temioji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from his wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Temioji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Temioji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kinda silly.
Dude, I always look silly. I can't help it. It's not very nice. Don't make fun of it. I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got the feeling Temioji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry. Come on. How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me. Alright, it's time to wrap this episode up, I think. Now that we've had the reunion and Quark's better and Alice is dead, I guess. I mean, these are the landmark things that happened. Although Alice dying is almost a guarantee. It's happened so often now, it's unreal. But I wonder how far this will go. Have we actually been into any of the white chromatic doors yet? I don't think we have. Interesting to see what's actually inside them. We always end up getting stopped because shit goes down before it happens. But this time I think we might make it before shit goes sideways. Before everything gets pear-shaped.
Chromatic doors have opened.
And with that, it's time to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.